Alright, Bacon fans, welcome back. So today is tutorial time. I have totally good news for you. James sent me a thing, you know, James and our crew, and he asked me, how do you make these? And this was the picture. And so I jumped in here, and I figured out how to make these, but without first figuring out how to make these on accident, which were totally different than these. But anyways, guys, tune in here. We're going to jump in, and I'm going to do a tutorial and show you how to make this really awesome rainbow wall ride, this rainbow thing. It's totally different than some of the other ones we do. You see it's got this great path, these great black lines on the side, and so this is how you do it. So what we're going to do is what we normally do is we go out in the airport, and we're going to put down a road down here, as I kind of always use a road for my basic starting template piece to work everything on, like a workbench for a worker, you know? So when I first started building this, I suspected that the prop I was looking at was actually made out of these tubes, and at first I suspected it was made out of these using that little entrance ramp. You see there's a road and there's a pipe and there's a little entrance ramp. And so my first idea was, what if I rotate this thing so it's perfectly sideways, and so I kind of line up that ramp? And as you can see, that's what I'm trying to do right there. But after I built that in my normal template, it wasn't quite right because we ended up with props looking like this, which is super close to what we're doing. But as you can see, those ramps have that kind of white stripe in the middle, and it's not quite the same because it doesn't have that same crisscross pattern that this has. You see, that's a crisscross pattern with that gray like black path going down the side that helps your eyes keep exactly on what your road you're supposed to be. So I didn't quite do it right, but here we go. Let's try again. So then I came back again. I thought, well, what if it's this prop? Because if you look at this prop, the ramp on it doesn't have those white stripes on it. And so at first I started to kind of turn it around and see if I can rotate it. But then it occurred to me that the angle on this ramp is way too sharp for the angle that tube is, for how long the tube is. Once we start curling into a spiral, the end of the tube is just going to close off and it's going to become a mess of solid matter. So I quickly realized that that wasn't the right prop either. So I'm staring through the little list of props here. I'm just looking through them one at a time, like, what is it? Jesus, what is it? And then it hits me. Here it is. This is the prop right here, guys. As I'm staring and I'm realizing those black crossbars going up and to the sideways, the ramps in 4 directions. If you were to turn this to a sideways ramp, those opposite perpendicular black ramps would then, of course, now be that black stripe we see on the side. And so once that hit me, that made this really easy. Place this on your prop up here, your workbench. Rotate its axis until you got a 90-degree axis, which is going to turn the walls perfectly sideways. Either rotate it into 90 degrees or 270 degrees, depending on which direction you're going, so long that it's 90 degrees away from dead center zero. We're going to place it down, and then like always, we're going to place it down, and we're going to go a distance away and place down a prop on the workbench far away, and that prop is going to be kind of our handle. What the handle does is now we're going to make a template, but when you choose your template, you choose the handle first. And so it's a select prop, choose the cabin, then the road, then we're going to choose the tube, delete the road, and save the template. And to repeat one more time, when making your template prop, choose the cabin first, then the road, then the tube, then delete the road before you hit save template. And now that we have a template made out of this, you can see the cabin is now the primary first piece on this template. So we're going to go and hover over this crossbar that I always like to use for my templates. I always put it over this little X here because you can know when it's perfectly centered then. And I'm going to go ahead and put my first prop up. We're going to place the template down. We're going to back out. We're going to delete the cabin. We're going to place another prop down and rotate it ever so slightly. If you look inside of the actual tubes, you can see where the colors of the yellow squares, see it's a black cross with yellow squares, you can see where the yellow, well, orange ramps will overlap. So you're going to want to rotate it so that the orange ramps are touching on the inside without any gaps between them. And if you look on the sides, the pipes now have this kind of skeleton rib bone pattern. That's going to be the kind of distance that I'm using to judge how far I can rotate it now. Now that I know what it looks like on the inside, if I rotate it once and put the ramps together to be smooth, I've got a good idea about how much distance between each new template prop there is. So I place the template down, I rotate it, I hit accept, I back out, I delete the cabin, and then I go back in and I choose another template, rotate it, place it down, back out, delete the cabin, and you just kind of repeat this process going all the way around. And as you see, we have that nice crisscross pattern that we were talking about before there. And so we're going to turn this into a template now. So again, get a cabin, float it somewhere near where the roads connect, but with a little bit of gap between that and the prop. It helps you maneuver later. We're going to go back and we're going to save the template. Save the cabin first, and then save every single prop item on there, every last one. From the outside, it doesn't look like much, but from the inside, this is going to look pretty awesome. Now what you're asking yourself, I thought we're going to make this a rainbow. We are going to make it a rainbow. they changed an update in the new creator on the last stunt update that allows you to change props after you make a template. So let's go ahead and move this somewhere where we can interact with it really quick so I can show you how to change the colors. So I went ahead and put 2 of these templates together here next to each other just so we can get a good idea what the rainbow looks like. And now just make sure you're in props, and without having to pick up the item or anything, you can just hover over it and hit LB or RB. And now that changes the color of the prop inside of it. So you can place templates down with one solid color and change them up to turn them into rainbows. You can change them into rainbows before you save it as a template if you want. You can change it and then resave it as a template one more time if you so fit. But as you can see, this really changes the whole look of this thing with just one solid, boring orange thing. And once you put in all these tubes, look how pretty that is at the end. Isn't that nice? So I hope you all enjoyed today's tutorial. If you ever have any questions about how to make anything, just send me a picture of it, a link on Twitter, a video. Just say, hey, Bacon, how the hell do you make this? And I'll look at it. If I can figure it out, hell, I'll make a tutorial for you. That's exactly how this happened. James sent me a link to a video, said, how do you make this rainbow wall ride? I said, I don't know. And I jumped on it and started to figure it out. So anyways, in tomorrow's video, make sure to tune in because I'm going to have another tutorial showing how to make these. So until then, make sure you subscribe to myself, to Unspoken Ouch, to Filthy Gamers, to Simply Dave Games. Make sure you tune in the morning, watch our Gmod videos, and always keep your eye out for my live streams because I live stream almost daily. If you have any questions about any of the prop templates inside this video, just go and leave me a comment in the comment section. Share this with your friends. I want to see multiple people using these on their videos. But anyways, until then, you all take care, have a good night, and I'll see you all in the next video.